Let's dive into a recent Instagram video from Mark Zuckerberg, where he shares his insights on the Apple Vision Pro. In this video, Zuckerberg not only discusses the Vision Pro, but also drops hints about upcoming developments in the Quest lineup. We'll dissect the video, exploring its implications and even chuckle at some playful jabs Zuckerberg makes at Apple. Let's jump right in. Before we proceed, let's take a moment to appreciate the casual vibe of this video. Its laid-back nature seems perfectly suited to the message Zuckerberg is aiming to convey.
All right, guys. So I finally tried Apple's Vision Pro. And, I have to say that before this, I expected that Quest would be the better value for most people since it's really good and it's like 7 times less expensive.
Let's pause for a moment to appreciate the first subtle jab. Zuckerberg wastes no time in highlighting that the Vision Pro is 7 times less expensive than its competitor. His choice of words and tone suggest a hint of passive aggression, setting the stage for what's to come. Interestingly, he acknowledges the positive aspects of the Vision Pro, but cleverly pivots to highlight the strengths of Meta's Quest lineup, making them sound even more appealing.
But after using it, I don't just think that Quest is the better value. I think the Quest is the better product, period. And, the different companies made different design decisions for the headsets. They have different strengths. But overall, Quest is better for the vast majority of things that people use mixed reality for.
Here, Zuckerberg treads carefully, avoiding direct claims of superiority in terms of technology. He acknowledges that the Vision Pro excels in certain areas, such as its superior pass-through and suitability for seated activities like video watching. However, he subtly points out the limitations of the Vision Pro's mixed reality pass-through, especially in comparison to Meta's Quest lineup. While the Quest 3's pass-through may not boast the same high resolution, it outperforms the Vision Pro when it comes to dynamic movement, particularly given the motion blur issues plaguing the latter. Additionally, Zuckerberg notes the subpar hand tracking on the Vision Pro, which falls short in functionality compared to the robust capabilities of Meta's Quest line. These nuanced comparisons shed light on the strengths and weaknesses of each product, setting the stage for further exploration. Let's continue.
Now, my friend Kenny is actually capturing this video on Quest's high-resolution mixed reality pass-through right now. We're just here in my living room, and you can see his browser windows and whatever else he's got running up here.
It's crucial to keep in mind that what you're witnessing on screen, much like with the Apple Vision Pro, may not accurately represent the actual experience within the headset or pass-through capabilities of devices like the Vision Pro and Quest. The 3rd of May appear impressive. They often don't reflect the true quality observed in the headset. The external cameras of the Vision Pro indeed capture higher resolution images, resulting in better-looking recordings. However, the real-time view within the headset may not always match this level of clarity, similar to the Quest 3's pass-through. It's akin to recording a video with a phone camera of the same resolution as the pass-through cameras on the Quest 3. While the pass-through imagery may seem pristine under ideal lighting conditions, it's essential to recognize that this level of clarity isn't always representative of what users perceive when using the pass-through feature in either headset. This distinction is crucial for understanding the limitations and capabilities of these devices accurately.
Quest 3 does high-quality pass-through with big screens, just like Vision Pro. But we also designed it to be great for a lot of other things, moving around, playing games, hanging out with friends and socializing, working out, and more.
Here, Zuckerberg subtly hints at the limitations of the Vision Pro, particularly in 3 key areas: socializing, working out, and interactive gaming experiences. He acknowledges the Vision Pro's strengths, such as its ability to display large screens effectively. However, he swiftly pivots to highlight the device's shortcomings in these critical categories. In terms of socialization, the Vision Pro falls short, lacking robust options for interpersonal interaction beyond limited options like using your persona or FaceTiming. While platforms like Rec Room are anticipated, their absence leaves a void in social experiences on the Vision Pro. Similarly, the device lacks dedicated fitness applications tailored for mixed reality workouts, unlike the Quest 3, which offers experiences like Les Mills and Body Combat. Furthermore, the Vision Pro's limitations in providing immersive gaming experiences become apparent, as its hand-tracking capabilities are deemed insufficient for smooth gameplay. These pointed observations underscore the importance of these functionalities in shaping the overall user experience, highlighting areas where the Quest 3 excels.
And more. Quest, I think is just a lot more comfortable. We designed it to weigh 120 grams less, which makes a really big difference on your face. There's no wires that get in the way when you move around. It's a big deal.
Zuckerberg is certainly not holding back. He's systematically addressing each point of comparison between the Quest 3 and the Vision Pro, from highlighting the Quest 3's lower price point to its superior social, fitness, and gaming experiences. He's methodically loading up his argument. Each bullet point serves as ammunition, driving home the message that the Quest 3 offers more value and functionality compared to the Vision Pro. This strategic approach reinforces previously discussed distinctions and further emphasizes the Quest 3's competitive edge. With each point hammered home, Zuckerberg effectively solidifies the narrative surrounding Meta's flagship VR device.
When you move around, it's a big deal. Our field of view is wider, and I found our screen to be brighter also.
It's interesting to note the additional points Zuckerberg brings into the discussion. While the specifics of screen brightness might be unclear, he does emphasize the wider field of view offered by the Quest 3 compared to the Vision Pro. This subtle distinction, though not significant, is noticeable, especially during activities like movie watching, where the edges of the screen become more apparent on the Vision Pro. It's remarkable how Zuckerberg continues to fire off these points, further solidifying the Quest 3's advantages over its competitor. With each additional detail, the narrative surrounding Meta's VR device gains depth and clarity. Let's press on.
I also noticed that Apple's headset has this motion blur as you move around, which Quest is just a lot crisper. Now, Apple's screen does have a higher resolution, and that's really nice. But I was surprised by how many trade-offs they had to make to the quality of the device and the comfort and ergonomics and other aspects of the display and artifacts in order to get to that.
It's intriguing to observe Zuckerberg's approach here. Despite acknowledging the superior screen quality of the Vision Pro, particularly its high resolution, he effectively positions the Quest 3 as a superior option in various aspects, notably gaming and ergonomics. By highlighting the strengths of the Quest 3, such as its gaming capabilities and ergonomic design, he subtly shifts the focus away from the Vision Pro's advantages. It's impressive how he manages to present these comparisons without resorting to outright mudslinging, instead relying on factual differences to bolster the Quest 3's appeal.
Now for input, Quest supports precision controllers that are great for games. Both headsets support hand tracking, but I found ours to be a little more accurate. Apple's eye tracking is really nice. We actually had those sensors back in Quest Pro. We took them out for Quest 3, and we're going to bring them back in the future.
Here, Zuckerberg unveils an intriguing revelation about Meta's future plans regarding eye tracking technology. He discloses that while eye tracking features were initially present in the Quest Pro, but omitted in the Quest 3 due to considerations such as power consumption and weight, Meta intends to reintroduce them in future iterations. This admission aligns with insights gained from discussions with Meta's Andrew Bosworth, who shed light on the decision-making process behind excluding eye tracking from the Quest 3. Zuckerberg's disclosure hints at the possibility of eye tracking making a comeback, potentially in future iterations like a Quest 4. Eye tracking technology holds promise for enhancing rendering efficiency, particularly through techniques like foveated rendering as seen in the Vision Pro. This technique optimizes rendering by focusing resources on the area where the user is looking, resulting in more efficient use of device power. While the timeline and specifics remain uncertain, this revelation underscores Meta's commitment to advancing immersive technologies and keeping users informed about future developments. It's exciting to glimpse into the company's roadmap and anticipate the evolution of its VR offerings.
It's a nice interface. It's not perfect for everything, though. For typing or complex tasks, you're going to want things like hands or a keyboard or controllers or eventually a neural interface for those kind of inputs.
Zuckerberg also dropped a hint about something really futuristic, a neural interface. Basically, it's a way to control stuff in the Quest just by thinking, which sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. Imagine not needing controllers, but just using your thoughts to do things in the virtual world. It's pretty mind-blowing, even though we don't know when or how it'll happen. But just the idea of it is super exciting and shows how Meta is aiming for some seriously next-level tech.
Quest's immersive content library is a lot deeper. We've been working with studios building virtual and mixed reality games and other content for a long time now. And if you want to watch YouTube or play Xbox on a big screen anywhere you go, that's only available on Quest for now.
On the Vision Pro, you can watch YouTube through the browser, but there's no dedicated YouTube app. However, the Quest has its own YouTube app, making it easier to access content. While there are plans for a YouTube app on the Vision Pro, it's uncertain when it'll be available. The Quest's larger user base makes it a priority for developers, especially for watching immersive content like 360-degree videos in high resolution. If you haven't tried it yet, checking out 360-degree videos on YouTube can be pretty cool, especially in 8K resolution. Another neat feature on the Quest 3 is its compatibility with Xbox Cloud Gaming, which currently isn't available on other devices. These are just a few more details thrown in, adding to the comparison between the two devices.
So, when I look around, it seems like there are a lot of people who just assumed that Vision Pro would be higher quality because it's Apple and it costs $3,000 more. But, honestly, I'm pretty surprised that Quest is so much better for the vast majority of things that people use these headsets for with that price differential.
What Mark is essentially driving at here is the value proposition. He's not dismissing the Vision Pro's capabilities or quality components. Rather, he's emphasizing that for most people, the Quest 3 offers comparable functionality at a significantly lower price point. At $3,500, the Vision Pro is 7 times more expensive than the Quest 3. Yet, for the majority of users, the Quest 3 can fulfill their VR needs just as effectively. In his view, the price disparity should reflect a proportional increase in value, which he believes the Vision Pro doesn't quite deliver. While he personally uses his Vision Pro daily to maximize its value, he acknowledges that most users won't utilize a high-priced VR headset enough to justify the hefty investment. For many, the Quest 3's capabilities at a fraction of the cost will suffice. This perspective underscores the importance of considering the practicality and cost-effectiveness of VR devices for everyday users. So, while the Vision Pro may have its merits, the Quest 3 offers a more accessible and appealing option for the majority of consumers.
Now, look, I know that some fanboys get upset whenever anyone dares to question if Apple's going to be the leader in a new category. But the reality is that every generation of computing has an open and a closed model. And yeah, in mobile, Apple's closed model won. But it's not always that way. If you go back to the PC era, Microsoft's open model was the winner. And in this next generation, Meta is going to be the open model, and I really want to make sure that the open model wins out again.
There seems to be some confusion around the openness of Meta's Quest platform, so let's clarify. The Quest line isn't entirely open like a free-for-all, nor is it completely closed off. Instead, it operates on a semi-open, semi-closed model, which has its benefits. Compared to platforms like Apple, which have stringent control over their app ecosystems, the Quest offers more flexibility. We have access to features like App Lab and sideloading, which provide avenues for developers to distribute apps that might not meet the requirements for the main store. This flexibility is crucial for expanding the range of experiences available to users. However, it's essential to strike a balance. We don't want the Quest store flooded with low-quality apps and games, akin to what sometimes happens on platforms like Steam. So, while the Quest's model isn't entirely open, it's not overly restrictive either. This balance allows for quality control while still fostering innovation and accessibility. Take, for example, the success stories of apps like Ghost of Tabor, which started on App Lab before making it big on the main store. This highlights the potential of Meta's platform to support developers and their creations, even within its semi-open framework. So, when Mark Zuckerberg talks about keeping the platform open, he's referring to maintaining this balance of flexibility and quality control. It's not a perfect system, but it's one that seems to be working well for now.
The future is not yet written. So, I want to take a moment to just thank everyone who's been building with us for more than a decade. That goes for both Quest and the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, which are doing way better than I even hoped that they would. As the old saying goes, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. So, I'll see you all out there.
This video offers a fascinating glimpse into Mark Zuckerberg's perspective on the Vision Pro and VR as a whole. While it's clear that he's positioning the Quest favorably, his statements ring true. The Vision Pro serves a purpose as a premium device, particularly for those deeply ingrained in the Apple ecosystem seeking productivity and entertainment. However, it's essential to acknowledge its drawbacks, such as motion blur and subpar hand tracking. These limitations can be frustrating, especially when compared to the Quest's more refined user experience. Admittedly, the Quest has had the advantage of multiple generations to refine its platform, leading to a more user-friendly interface. Yet, there's room for improvement, particularly in streamlining the Quest's user interface to match the simplicity and seamlessness of the Vision Pro's interface. By adopting elements of Apple's design philosophy while retaining its strengths, Meta could enhance the Quest's overall experience even further. Ultimately, both devices have their merits, but there's always room for innovation and improvement in the rapidly evolving landscape of VR technology. What are your thoughts on this, and who do you see more as a winner in the battle between Apple and Meta? Leave your thoughts down below and make sure you check out the video on the screen right now. It might be something you're interested in. Until next time, see you there!